Hi, Gene here with today's thought. You're seeing this video on Thursday. I'm recording it on Wednesday, so I don't know what's happening between or what will happen between today and tomorrow, Thursday, when you see it. But if nothing changes, then Thursday is a day that James Comer, the Republican representative and chairman of the Oversight Committee, begins contempt proceedings against Christopher Wray, head of the FBI, for refusing to turn over the Form FD 1023. I'm calling it the Biden bribery document. This is a document from a credible source. Well, more of this in a moment, but what they call a CHS, a confidential human source, to the FBI, that Joe Biden took a $5 million bribe to change U.S. policy on a particular matter. We now know from James Comer, he was interviewed yesterday, I believe it was, that the country involved is Ukraine. He couldn't name, there's a pretty good idea who paid the bribe, or the alleged bribe, but the name was redacted. So Comer said, he couldn't name the name, though he has a pretty good idea who it is. But he's definitely sure the country is Ukraine. More important, though, what I want to talk about today is how do we know the document is credible? And I'm going to tell you how. And how do we know it's very likely true, or there's a strong possibility that it's true? So first of all, as I just said, this is a confidential human source, and it's one trusted by the FBI. He's been providing information to the FBI for 10 years. 10 years, and over that time he's been paid $200,000. Now, the FBI doesn't work with somebody for 10 years and pay them $200,000 if their information is not panning out. You would know after the first year or so, the first time you would follow up, say the first one or two leads, this guy is incredible. But this guy, 10 years, $200,000. So he's credible. And also you have Jamie Raskin, the Democratic ranking member on the House Oversight Committee. He's disparaging what's in the document. He's calling it hearsay, but what he's not doing is he is not challenging the credibility of this confidential human source, CHS, on whom the FBI has relied for a decade and paid $200,000. So that's number one. That's your number one indication. Another indication is that, you can see the flop sweat coming off the Democrats and the Democratic media. That's most of the media, how they are trying to disparage this document and poo-poo it. This is the Hunter laptop story all over again. They're trying to suppress credible information to throw an election, to steal an election. They're going to try it again in 2024. The point, though, is that the fact that you have them going overboard, we don't have the letter from 51 former CIA officials yet saying that the FBI's own 1023, FD 1023 has all the earmarks of a Russian, Russian disinformation campaign. The operation, I guess, it's an FBI document, so this is a bridge too far even for these biased former CIA operatives. But anyhow, we know the effort to disparage a document that they haven't seen. We haven't seen it, and the press hasn't seen it, and they're disparaging the document. While people who have seen the document, they're either dancing around the issue, or like Comer, or Chuck Grassley in the Senate. He's also saying he's seen the document, and no specifics are being For instance, Comer said it's Ukraine. It's $5 million, and no Democrat that I'm aware of is disputing that the document points to Ukraine, and so that's another reason. But the final reason, this is a headline that came out today. I'm putting it up today from Just the News, which is run by John Solomon, who is a very credible reporter. He's won several awards. You can go to the website justthenews.com and you can read the about, the information on him, and you can read the stories. I recommend that site highly. But anyways, and no nonsense, give you the story straight, and they're very credible. But anyways, here's the headline: FBI harbored Biden allegations since 2017. Since 2017, through impeachment, election, lawmaker says. The lawmaker is James Comer, again, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee. But the point is, since 2017, the FBI had this whistleblower, not whistleblower, human source, credible human source, came forward in 2017 while Trump was still president, before 2 years before Biden, or 3 years before Biden would announce his candidacy for the presidency. The FBI sat on this. Now, if this was not credible information, here's my main point. If this was not a credible report, forgive me for stating the obvious, but it should not have taken the FBI 6 years. Remember, this was 2017 when they got this information. This is 2023 now. It should not have taken them 6 years to figure that out. They should have been able to figure that out, never mind in the first year, probably in the first few weeks. As soon as they started following up leads, they should have determined that this wasn't credible. There was no there. Obviously, there is a there because the FBI is now claiming that they are running an investigation. Again, it should not have taken 6 years. This is obviously a smoke screen. They are trying to protect the president, and I believe what Chuck Grassley believes, the senator, the senator, Republican senator, that this is the FBI didn't investigate at all, and that is your final evidence that this is accurate information that would have hurt Joe Biden, because obviously they were afraid what they would find out if they investigated, because if they investigated, then they would have reports, and Comer says that he believes there are other documents, so maybe they did follow something up. But whatever, the trail ended there. They stopped looking, and now, as I said, they're trying to protect the president, and they're trying to withhold this document, which is unclassified, which we all have a right to see. Certainly, the House Oversight Committee has a right to see, not just the chairman and the ranking member. And we'll see what develops, but you can be pretty darn sure that. Again, I can't prove it. I don't know. I haven't seen the document. But if that document comes out, which it should, then we'll all be able to see what's in it. And if we have a decent press, an honest press, which we don't, unfortunately, but an honest press we have some honest reporters could follow the leads that are in that report, and so could the House Oversight Committee. But one way or another, we can judge the credibility. We already know the credibility of the source. We can judge for ourselves the credibility of the information, and then whether it's true or not, we'll see. But the odds, for all the reasons I've given you, the odds are very good that it's true. That's my thought for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. But either way, I'd love to see all of you again. And until I do, bye.